I run a book club for ninth graders at my high school. My son goes to that high school. And it basically started, I was at back to school night, and the vice principal walked by, and we were talking about different volunteer opportunities. I was one of those parents that volunteered a lot. I was PTA president once upon a time. And she said, well, how about you monitor the doors at lunchtime? And that didn't actually sound like a very fun time. So I said, how about I run a book club instead? And she said, that's a great idea. So what I did was I got with my son's English teacher, who was teaching him at the time. He was in ninth grade. And I said, do you want to start a lunchtime book club? And she said, yeah, that would be great. And what we do, we had started small. A friend of mine who also ran a book club said, make cookies. If you make cookies, they will come. And she was not wrong, because we started off with 10 kids, mostly girls. There were a few boys in it. And it ballooned up. By the end of the year, there were about 40. And when you're running a book club for 40, it gets a little rough. So we tend to break into different groups. We generally read about 5 books together. We try to get class sets. We get them donated. We do Donors Choose, which is an online organization, to get us class sets of books, 20 books. We read the books together. We talk about them. We don't read necessarily honor books. We don't read necessarily books that have won awards. The first year, I said, what do you want to read? What interests you? But I do try to mix it up. We try to do one contemporary, one fantasy, one dystopian, one mystery. And the things that people said that they didn't like, I had a girl who said, I will never read a book with a girl on the cover. I hate those books. And so I made her a small bet. I don't even remember, it was something random in class. And I handed her Ali Condi's Matched, which has a girl on the cover. And I said, okay, you lost the bet. You have to read this now. And she came back 2 weeks later and she said, not only did I finish Matched, I finished all 3 in the series because they were great. And that's the thing about a book club is you don't get to read just what you like, but you get to hear about what other people like and what other people recommend. And if a girl wants to start one, libraries are usually very supportive of book clubs. Schools are very supportive of book clubs at lunchtime. If you have an English teacher or a history teacher that might want to participate, that's the best way to go, because then they can help support you and mentor you. They'll let you use your room at lunchtime. But if you also want to do it very informally, you can do it very informally. Get 4 or 5 people together that you like and you think will like to read. People that like to read, you don't want to force anybody to do it because then it's just painful. But sit at lunchtime and everybody reads the same book and everybody talks about it. And the great thing about reading is that nobody likes the same book for the same reason. And you can get different takes on different things. Like something you love, you may be really surprised why somebody else didn't like it, and it gets you to thinking a different way. So there's lots of ways to do it, from very informal to doing it inside the school with a teacher.